Suicide doors. Elegance with a risk. The rear hinge door, often called a suicide door, was once a mark of elegance and luxury. Unlike modern doors that open forward, these doors swung backward. For passengers, stepping out felt dramatic, almost theatrical. On vehicles like the Lincoln Continental of the 1960s, they created a wide, unobstructed entry, giving the car an imposing sense of space. Designers loved them for symmetry and style, and automakers used them to signify status. But there was a hidden danger. In an accident or if the latch failed while driving, these doors could swing open unexpectedly. Wind resistance could catch the door, pulling passengers out or destabilizing the car. Many period safety manuals warned about this, but enforcement and awareness were limited. Today, car doors are carefully engineered to prevent such hazards. Modern side impact beams, powered latches, and crash-tested hinges make rear hinge designs rare. Some luxury brands have revisited the concept, but with complex electronic locks and sensors to ensure safety. The shock comes from imagining stepping out of a moving vehicle without modern safety measures. It's a reminder of how style sometimes outweighed safety in the past, creating features that seem reckless compared to today's standards. Crank starters. The manual power struggle. Before electric starters became standard, every car required a hand crank to start the engine. A steel rod inserted into the front of the vehicle turned the engine manually. It was simple in theory, but demanding in practice. Drivers needed strength and precision. If the crank caught at the wrong moment, the handle could kick back violently, causing broken wrists or even fractured arms. Despite these risks, early drivers accepted it as part of the mechanical experience. Some models added safety improvements, like spring-loaded cranks or mechanisms to disengage once the engine turned over, but accidents remained common. The shift to electric starters in the 1910s and 1920s revolutionized driving. Pressing a button replaced the physical effort, and the risk of injury disappeared. For modern drivers, imagining a world where starting a car could cause personal harm feels almost unbelievable. The crank system also highlighted the mechanical intimacy drivers once had with their cars. Every start required a direct interaction with the engine, a tactile engagement now replaced by the push of a button. Understanding this process underscores how far convenience and safety have advanced, and why such a simple feature would shock anyone accustomed to modern cars. External fuel caps and exposed gas tanks. In early automobiles, fuel tanks were often mounted outside the body of the car or accessed through an exposed cap. Metal lids sat openly, sometimes above or behind the rear wheels, leaving flammable liquid visible. Refueling required care, as sparks from static electricity could ignite gasoline. Some cars had no locks or safety seals at all, relying solely on the owner's caution. Drivers quickly learned that spilling fuel on hot surfaces or near the exhaust could be catastrophic. There were occasional fires, leading regulators and manufacturers to reconsider tank placement. Modern vehicles conceal fuel systems within the body, add anti-spill valves, and integrate vapor recovery to protect the environment and passengers. For someone today, simply touching an exposed fuel cap while the engine runs would seem reckless. Beyond safety, exposed tanks were also a sign of the era's mechanical simplicity. Car designers prioritized easy access over security, underestimating the risks. Looking back, it's striking how much routine driving once involved physical awareness of hazards. Today, filling up is nearly effortless, with pumps that automatically stop, caps that lock, and designs that shield fuel from impact. The exposed tank is a vivid example of how a seemingly minor feature once posed major dangers to drivers and passengers. Non-powered steering. The arm workout. Power steering was a luxury until the mid-20th century. Before that, turning the wheel required sheer arm strength, especially at low speeds or when parking. Steering systems were purely mechanical, with gears and linkages directly connected to the front wheels. Drivers learned to anticipate road conditions, adjusting force for curves or gradients. Long city streets or crowded parking could be exhausting. On large vehicles like 1950s Cadillacs, the effort could be extreme, demanding stamina and technique. The lack of assistance also made emergency maneuvers difficult. Modern cars use hydraulic or electric power to reduce the effort to a simple turn of the wrist. Comparing the two experiences highlights how physically demanding early driving was. It wasn't just the engine or the brakes, the steering itself required full engagement. Some vintage enthusiasts appreciate this tactile connection, describing it as feeling the road directly. Yet for most drivers today, the idea of wrestling a wheel at a stoplight is almost unimaginable. Non-powered steering reminds us that convenience and safety were not always priorities. Cars were engineered for mechanical function rather than effortless control. The introduction of power steering changed not only comfort, but also overall driving dynamics, making sudden turns safer and reducing fatigue on long journeys. Mechanical brakes. Stopping was an art. Braking in vintage cars was an exercise in precision. Early vehicles used mechanical drum brakes, connected by rods or cables. Pressing the pedal applied force to all four wheels, but the effect was uneven and required anticipation. Heat buildup during long descents could reduce stopping power, creating brake fade. Drivers learned to pump the pedal or downshift gears to slow effectively. In some cases, only rear wheels had brakes, making skidding or fishtailing common. Hydraulic systems, which appeared later, allowed equalized pressure and consistent performance, transforming safety. Today, disc brakes, anti-lock systems, and electronic stability control handle much of the work automatically. Imagining a world where stopping your car relied on timing, experience, and muscle memory is jarring. Road conditions were unforgiving. Rain, dirt, or worn components could dramatically extend braking distance. It forced drivers to respect speed limits and leave wide gaps between cars. Modern drivers, accustomed to instant, predictable stopping, would be shocked by the variability and danger inherent in mechanical brakes. These systems illustrate how much vehicle control has shifted from physical skill to engineered assistance. Mechanical brakes represent a chapter in automotive history, where human reflexes and judgment were as important as the machine itself. Running boards and tall step-ins. Running boards were practical solutions for high, heavy vehicles of the early 20th century. The car's body often sat far above the ground due to suspension design, large wheels, or off-road capability. A horizontal board along the side allowed passengers to step in safely. They also doubled as a protective barrier against road debris. Some luxury cars included retractable boards that vanished when the door closed. Modern cars are lower to the ground, and SUVs integrate side steps into the design subtly. The shock comes from realizing how awkward boarding once was. Passengers needed balance, awareness, and sometimes even help from the driver to climb in. Running boards also reflect a period when road surfaces were rougher and cars required clearance for uneven terrain. Their disappearance signals changing priorities. Ease of access and streamlined appearance became more important than accommodating large wheel arches. In some classic restorations, boards remain as stylistic elements, hinting at a bygone-era taitwa. They remind us that early automotive design combined necessity, style, and adaptation to the environment. Boarding a vintage car was an experience, a small ritual. Unlike the effortless entry we take for granted today, minimal instrumentation, and no warning systems. Vintage dashboards often look sparse. A few gauges for fuel, oil pressure, and speed were considered sufficient. Lights or audible warnings for overheating, low oil, or brake failure were rare or non-existent. Drivers relied on sensory cues, smell, sound, or feel to detect issues. Overheating engines or failing components could become emergencies quickly. Modern cars, in contrast, provide dashboards full of alerts, sensors, and diagnostic systems. Failure warnings are instantaneous, and automated shutdowns prevent damage or accidents. For a contemporary driver, the absence of indicators feels alarming. Imagine driving at high speeds, unsure if the brakes are losing efficiency or if the engine is about to seize. The vintage approach demanded attentiveness and mechanical intuition. Some enthusiasts appreciate this direct connection with the vehicle, claiming it creates a more engaging experience. Yet, it's clear why safety and convenience drove the evolution toward comprehensive instrumentation. Minimal dashboards also show the difference in expectations. Vintage cars were tools requiring skill, whereas modern vehicles are designed to protect and inform, compensating for human error. This contrast underscores how dramatically driving has changed in terms of information access and situational awareness. The legacy of vintage design in modern cars. Many vintage features disappeared because of safety laws, technological advances, and changing expectations. Rear hinge doors, exposed fuel tanks, and mechanical brakes gave way to safer, more convenient alternatives. Yet these designs influenced automotive styling, ergonomics, and engineering. Luxury cars occasionally resurrect elements like suicide doors or analog gauges, but integrated with modern safety. Vintage engineering also taught lessons about durability, mechanical simplicity, and tactile interaction. Some enthusiasts restore these features for historical appreciation, showing how cars evolved from raw mechanical machines into refined instruments of comfort and control. Today's vehicles benefit from decades of incremental improvements inspired by trial, error, and even accidents. Understanding these vintage systems helps us appreciate the balance between innovation, practicality, and safety. They remind us that what seems shocking now was once standard, reflecting the period's limitations and ingenuity. The evolution from exposed, demanding, and risky features to seamless, safe and automated systems represents the essence of automotive progress. These cars continue to fascinate because they embody both artistry and mechanical audacity, leaving a legacy that shaped the vehicles we drive today.